EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Alberta, Canada and Banff Springs Golf Course, live second-round coverage of the Alberta Open. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. The leader is Matthew NeSmith. He's currently at 13 under. And the golfer we'll be watching, definitely in contention, just 3 shots off the lead. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2. So now from the left side of the fairway, this is a second shot.
Now, there's a good strike in there, just a little left of the hole, but inside 10 feet. It's about 50-50 chance on the PGA Tour of making a birdie.
Oh, well, gotta hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Oh, maybe a misread there.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Alberta, Canada and Banff Springs Golf Course, live second-round coverage of the Alberta Open. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. The leader is Matthew NeSmith. He's currently at 13 under. And the golfer will be watching, definitely in contention, just 3 shots off the lead. This one starting a little left off the tee. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2. 93 yards is the number as he sets for his second. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. A birdie try on the second green, and with that, we welcome 4-time winner on the PGA Tour, Notah Begay.
Slightly downhill, so the ball will carry to the hole and just a little right to left.
That finished off for par here with the second, and he's going to remain at 10 under. Frank, plenty of scoring opportunities in the early portion of this golf course. We're now at a par 5, the third hole, and it's only 528 yards.
You can see why we're going to see a lot of people perhaps being 3 under through the first 3 holes, Rich. This par 5 bending to the right, very reachable. And just keep that tee shot nice and high off the tee. Let it carry as far as possible.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the third. And he'll move into red figures for the round at 1 under and 11 under for the tournament.
Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, "Ooh, look at
This is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, that the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
That one safely on the putting surface. Now this for birdie.
And this is not the place to be. It's a really tough side hill putt. He's got to push it out to the right and then just let it drift back to the hole.
Nope.
Yeah, just didn't play enough break there, and it comes up short.
Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead.
Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Oh, that is a really good putt. Got it to throw out the anchor right near the hole. That's well done. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he's going to stay 2 back.
Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, that just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or rough or the fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
Just in those days, it was a 53-degree sand iron, yeah.
So after a well-placed drive, this his second from short range. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And he'll stay at 11 under par.
Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards, a par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. 602 yards these days for a long hitter.
What do you say? It's a driving a 7 iron?
That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods, the longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot.
So often we talk about needing precision off the tee, and this is how you do it. That is dead center. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. A look here at birdie.
And this is definitely coming from his left, just slightly down the slope.
Nah, that might have been a little more break than he was expecting, as that one winds up undercutting the hole. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is.
Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Just needed a little bit more, but he couldn't quite get it there. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is.
Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5, interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s and 3 par 4s. This one not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
That one looking a little right. All right, in the fairway. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Nope, didn't play enough of the break, and that'll be short as well. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and that's going to make this a 2 under 34 for the front side.
Frank, we begin this back 9 with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw.
Okay, that one's dancing. Got to at least try to cozy it in that 3-foot circle. This for birdie. Yeah, not quite a gimme, but that's pretty good. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he's going to remain one shot off the pace.
Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the 2 little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Second shot now from right at 100 yards. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll remain one shot back.
All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
That one up the right side. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Well, he's looking at 120 yards remaining to the flagstick. And the pin, it's in the front portion of the green.
I'm not quite sure of that strike, whether they got it all, but ball's just come up a little shy. Outside chance for a birdie.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he'll move to 13 under par for the tournament.
Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you can have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
And that's certainly not what you have in mind standing on the tee box. That never had a chance of hitting the green. This is going to have to require a delicate touch. It's his second. Well judged. That is in for par here at 13. It'll hold tight at minus 13.
On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
Yes, 120 yards left to the flagstick. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
Oh man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings. Boy, all the elements of his game have been in sync today. A terrific shot right there.
It's all about getting it inside that 3-foot circle around the hole. That was a really nice shot.
No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll stay right where he is.
Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
That will do just fine.
Frank, I'm always fascinated by the way professionals approach the game and how different it is from us amateurs. You're not just standing up and hitting a shot, hoping to catch it on the middle of the face. You're thinking about lower high, left to right, or right to left.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought, really. You're either moving the shot away from something or towards something. So this is a great example here. You could be moving the ball away from the left side of the green, but closer towards the flag. And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Oh, no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll remain right where he is.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4 at 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. A nice round number here, an even 100 yards coming up for his second.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll stay right where he is.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarcee, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. A look here for birdie at 17.
And this really is an ideal spot to take a run at this. I don't see much of anything that's going to influence the golf ball.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things: the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back. Nobody's really going to be happy after that shot, squandering a really good opportunity of making birdie at this par 5.
Yeah, that's not too bad from that far back. So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18. And that will be a score of 68 here in round 2. So an action-packed first 2 rounds and a packed leaderboard as well, with our featured golfer in a share of the lead after day 2.
So we can't separate them at this stage, but somebody, and I guarantee you somebody, will play lights out in the weekend, and that will be the difference.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notah Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Banff Springs in Alberta, Canada, live third-round coverage of the Alberta Open. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. The leader is Scotty Scheffler. He's currently at 16 under par. And the golfer we'll be watching, definitely in contention, just 3 shots off the lead. And that a wonderful tee shot. It's in the fairway here to get this Saturday started. Second shot now from right at 100 yards. Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par. Safely in. It's a par here at the first, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace.
Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
You don't just hit the shot sometimes, you maneuver it, and that's a really good example right there. Beautifully executed. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's a birdie here at the second, and that'll put him at 1 under for his round and 14 under for the tournament.
Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here at par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes or you're losing ground to the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up and let it fly, and you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway.
All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw. This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Just 5 feet left. Nicely done. And things looking good early. That's birdies at 2 and 3. And he moves to 15 under.
Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
Now chipping up to the putting surface for this, his second shot. That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And he's going to stay 2 back.
Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
And that is going to come to rest squarely in the center of the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Notah Begay III.
He's got about 98 yards to the front, 114 gets to the hole. The pin is stuck in the front right section of the green. Gap wedge coming in with just a bit too much heat, gonna end up just beyond the flag.
Oh, this is an electric start. Already we're seeing birdies galore, and another great iron shot setting up another.
Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And he'll move to 3 under here, just 1 shot off the lead.
Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards. And the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. From well down the fairway, this a bit of a tricky distance for his second. Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Boy, all the elements of his game have been in sync today. A terrific shot right there.
It's all about getting it inside that 3-foot circle around the hole. That was a really nice shot.
Safely in for par here at the 6th. And he's going to remain at minus 16.
Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. You know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck. Well, another great round, just getting better all the time. You couldn't place that any better down the middle of the fairway.
Now from way back, better than 300 yards, a second to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in a really good position here on the par 5. And that, a little beyond the hole, but a good shot. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Nah, that's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. Now this for birdie.
And he is in an ideal spot, just below the hole. I don't see any movement at all.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll lead just a couple of feet. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he's going to remain one shot off the pace. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the 3rd par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of shoot of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. This one looks right on point. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. That is a disappointment inside of 10 feet to not be able to get that one down. Easy as can be. It's a tap-in birdie here at the ninth. And that'll mean this is a 32 on the front, 4 under par.
Getting ready to start the back nine here at Banff Springs. And Frank, you better be ready on this 10th tee. This requires a good shot.
Even though the hole looks like it bends towards the right, the best access to this hole is actually a little draw off that tee. That's the direction of the green, so a nice high draw in here.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop. Good chance to save par after that beautiful flop shot. Looked in trouble there at one stage.
That slides by to the right. Just never had that on target. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And he's going to fall out of the lead and wind up a shot back.
On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. He split the middle of the street on this one. He's going to have a good look. Second shot.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still inside 40 feet. Just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll remain one shot back.
All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
We've got 137 left to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
An outside look here for birdie. Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet.
That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is.
Well, this is a good hole right here. Par 3, 225-yard 13th. Frank, what do you think?
Well, it's called sulfur. I can't remember what element that is on a periodic table, but the hardest thing here is not to figure that out, but figure out what club you're going to use. Just a fraction downhill, just over 200 yards. It does narrow up when they start to stick the flag in the back, but there's a nice fat target there, sort of those first 2/3 of the green.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up.
This one of the longest putts you can have on a golf course, though it is for birdie.
He has a 12-footer here.
That one